Hey guys, this is Rick at Tasty Guitar. Well, when you hear the word dissonance, you might think it's something you need to avoid in your playing or your soloing. But it's quite the contrary. Throwing in some nice dissonant intervals here and there can add some beautiful tension and color into your phrases and really make them stand out. A great example of a player that uses a lot of this is John Scofield. He's really a master of using these kind of intervals. Now I'm going to show you some examples today in the key of A minor, so tune up and let's get started. All of the examples I'm going to be showing you today are just going to be played over an A minor 7 groove. Now of course the scale of choice for minor 7 chords is Dorian, so everything you're going to be hearing is going to be coming straight out of A Dorian mode. Alright, so the most dissonant interval you're going to hear on the guitar is an interval of a minor second. Now just to refresh your memory, if you've forgotten, a major second would be a whole step distance between notes. Say going from this A to a B. A minor second would just be a half step. So going from an A to say this B flat here. Now played together, major second, kind of dissonant still, but minor second, very dissonant. Now in the A Dorian mode, this is going to occur twice, going from the second note of the scale, the B note, to the C note. Very dissonant. If I would play that an octave above, right there. And it also occurs between the 6th note of the scale and the flat 7th note of the scale. So 6, right there, that F sharp, and that G note. You could play it up here as well. So I'm going to show you one example each of using those intervals in context playing over an A minor groove. Okay, so what I did here is I slid up to the B note, hit the C note, and let them ring together, and then kind of continue on down the scale. Again. Now I could have done the same lick without that dissonance, and it would have sounded like this. Which is fine, but the dissonance that, by putting both these notes together, adds some really nice tension and release. Alright, this time I'm going to create the dissonance of that minor second interval by putting the 6th together with the flat 7th. Again, sliding up here. Now here's the lick without the dissonance. Which is fine. But with that dissonance, it adds a nice tension. Another really nice dissonant interval you can throw into your playing would be a major 7th. Now you hear Scofield use this a lot. Now in A Dorian, we're talking about, say, from the C to the B above it there. So in the C major scale, the B would be the major 7th. It's also going to occur between the G and F sharp. So I'll now play two pretty identical licks, but using the two different major 7th intervals in A Dorian. So this one is going to use that major 7th interval between the C and the B up here at the 10th fret. Here's the same thing without the dissonance. Not quite as nice. One more time. So now let's do basically the same lick, but using this major 7th interval between the G and F sharp. can also use intervals that are larger than an octave. Now in the case of A Dorian, one really dissonant one that you can use would be this minor ninth here between the B and a C above, over an octave above there. So the regular octave of B would be here, add a half step, that makes a flat 9 or minor 9 interval. So in this next lick I'm going to use that and a major 7th interval and some 6th as well. So starting with this minor 9 going to the major 7. That's just walking some 6th down, not nearly as dissonant. Another great technique you can use to form these dissonant intervals is by using bends. Now just like we used the slide earlier to form that minor 2nd, we can do the same thing here by bending this A note up to B and letting that ring with the C above it, forming that minor 2nd interval. The same thing we can do down here, bending this E up to F sharp, letting that ring with the G and the flat 7th, and those two together form a minor 2nd. I'll do a couple licks demonstrating that. Now remember, you need to let these notes ring together in order to get the dissonance that we're looking for. Have the same one right there. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming by today and checking out these dissonant intervals and how to get them into your playing. Make sure you go and check out John Scofield's playing if you haven't listened to Sco before. He is amazing at throwing in this kind of stuff and making it really musical. Now also, this stuff is not just to be played over minor chords. You should seek out the intervals that you can use to throw in over dominant chords and major chords as well. Just let your ear and your taste be your guide and try not to overdo it too much. Anyways, if you did enjoy the lesson, please like, share, and subscribe. Come on by TastyGuitar.com where I have a lot of other free lessons for you, and I do offer private instruction via Skype. This is Rick. Thank you so much.